off to 1-0 starts as this one is underway on EA Sports. And they will elect to not bring this one out as our first drive will begin at the 25. Now here is Trey Lance leading this 49er offense onto the field. Some very big expectations for the second-year signal caller.
San Francisco opted not to throw Trey Lance into the fire right away, bringing him along slowly last season. He still drew 2 starts, though, and showed flashes of his huge dual-threat potential in both. Almost 100 yards on the ground in a tough one against Arizona, and 280 total yards in a win over Houston. No bringing him along slowly in year 2. The keys to the car are officially his.
And not much to speak of. Call it a 1-yard gain up to the 26. On 2nd and 9, Lance. They're unable to connect, but a late flag comes in. And the contact may have come too early. So flag for the contact, pass interference.
And I know that you're going to look at me and roll your eyes, and rightfully so, because you know what I'm going to say. Doesn't the defender have a right to the football as well?
No, I don't like defenders.
That's because you spent too much time with me. Okay, I'll side with you on this one. It's the correct call.
The numbers for McCaffrey last week. 19 carries, 116 yards, and a trip to the end zone.
So coming off the opener where they established the run and established it well, their goal is to make sure that the trend continues and to serve notice to the rest of the league that they might be a run-first team.
They'll come to the line, needing only 2 yards to gain the first here. And he coughed it up. And they take possession 2 yards away from midfield at the 48-yard line. And without a doubt, not the way they pictured that opening drive unfolding.
No, they were making progress. They weren't exactly in high gear, but they were making a few yards along the way. And now that they've coughed it up, you got to go back to the sidelines and regroup a little bit.
Now here are the Seahawks in great shape to start their first drive. And they'll be quarterbacked by the man known as Duck from Samford in Alabama. It's Devlin Hodges.
And there's a word that constantly gets thrown around with this guy when you talk to anyone in the building. Potential. They are sky high on what they believe he can grow into in the role of a starting quarterback. In addition, there are plenty around the league who think that as well. And years from now, he can still be leading this offense out.
Following the fumble recovery, Hodges flushed out right. And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete. After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10.
First carry here for Ken Walker.
They do get a couple, but they'll be left staring at a 3rd and 8 coming up.
They'll be in search of 8 yards here as they hope to convert the first down.
Hodges now. And down he goes. The 49ers get there. They bring the safety on the blitz, and he busts through to drop it for an 8-yard loss.
So that time, Charles, quarterback helpless really in the pocket in the face of a pass rush like that. They were on him instantly.
Yeah, that's one where you turn to your lineman and say, guys, can I get a little help here? And you have to ask politely because, remember, they're blocking for you the entire game. But as a quarterback, you've also got to have the clock running in your head when you need to get rid of the football. But this time, he had no chance. They were on him instantly.
And if you're wondering how quick a quarterback's decision-making needs to be, a next-gen stat says that play took all of 2.8 seconds from beginning to end. And they'll begin by running the option.
And a nice run past the 30-yard line there. From the 31, Lance. And that's going to be too high, out of bounds and incomplete. So the incomplete pass on the last play, and that leads us to a 3rd and 3.
Here's Lance to throw it.
Throw left side, McCaffrey's got it. And he gets this up across the 35 before he's out of bounds. A pickup of 5 that time and a first down.
And I like the idea here. Get the ball in his hands, even if it's in the passing game. 3 catches a week ago, and he does a nice job here to pick up yardage.
So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. Here's Lance. That's complete. It's Brandon Ayuk. And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. 11 yards for number 11.
Catch by Brandon Ayuk there, and you can see the potential he has to be a big-time playmaker. 300 yards as an NFL sophomore, still chasing that first 1,000-yard season. Nice catch there to move the chains.
And he'll lose yardage on the play back at the 45-yard line. That's Kobe Bryant, who was there to stop him for a loss.
I like the idea to mix it up from time to time because, let's face it, you can't be predictable. But the execution was a little lacking on this one, right? They might want to go back to the drawing board with that call.
So their task a little bit more difficult now. 2nd and 13 that they're walking up on. And Lance now to throw. He'll get this out wide here to McCaffrey. And they're going to get this to about the 44-yard line. Trying to keep the drive going here. This is play number 7 on 3rd and 2. They'll try and pick it up with McCaffrey. And that one going nowhere from the start as he's met in the backfield and goes backwards. He lost 2, and it brings up 4th.
That was well played there defensively. 2 tight ends in the formation, which essentially gave them 7 blockers up front. Hard to imagine with all that size and beef that they could let a tackler through, but that's exactly what happened. A loss resulted.
So on 4th down, here's the Australia native Mitch Wishnowsky to punt this one away. Back deep for the Seahawks, Tyler Lockett. And no return possible here as they angle this one out of bounds. Seattle's offense coming back onto the field, ready for their 2nd drive. Early on, you know, Charles, every game could be called a measuring stick game. But I think when it comes within your division like this, it's a measuring stick game with a little extra intrigue.
I would agree with that totally because all division games have a little extra to them. But I like where this game is situated because at this stage of the season, it has that little extra juice. But at the same time, it's not a make or break if this were, let's say, week 15, 16, somewhere in that neighborhood.
And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. 14 yards that time, but a first down on the keeper. And this, I mean, it's certainly something to watch out for. He is not afraid to call his own number on plays like that, and here he takes it for good yardage.
And we know this defense prepared all week for this, but sometimes when you see it in person, it's a whole different ball game, and all that preparation, it goes right out the window.
On 1st and 10, it's Hodges. That's complete to DK Metcalf. And he'll be brought down inside the 40-yard line.
Well, coaches always talk about finding balance on offense. I don't think you get much more balance than this. Big-time run, big-time pass.
A 1-2 combination. Looked pretty good.
How about that? Let's see if they can continue to take that kind of a punch, though.
So from inside Niner territory now, this is 1st and 10 at the 39-yard line. Walker now on 1st and 10. And they will only muster a yard here to the 38. And we're going to stop play here, at least momentarily. It looks like there is a 49er who's in some discomfort. So as the medical staff takes a look, we'll step aside. The run only got a yard. Here's 2nd and 9. Here's Hodges looking to throw. That one taken in by Dwayne Eskridge. And he'll be taken down here just shy of the 30. They'll try for the first with Walker. He'll get it inside the 20. And inside the 20 before he's brought down. First down Seattle on a pickup of 13. The first drive this unit had, they punted. This drive much more polished, just looking crisper, aren't they, moving the ball?
Maybe the first drive was a little bit of a wake-up call. Probably a little bit angry that they had to punt the ball away the first time they had it. Got motivated, got to the sideline, said, okay, let's not let that happen here as we take over again.
So from inside the 20, here's 1st and 10 at the 18. Back to Walker on first down. And they'll get him down right around the 16. The last run got a couple. Here's 2nd and 8. Hodges. And he can't find anywhere to go with it, and he goes down. And Nick Bosa so quick on the outside, he gets in there to bring him down.
There's a lot of discussion in the offseason about him having a big year and getting to the quarterback. They held him without a sack in week 1, but how about here? Finally gets his first one of the season.
In the offseason, said he changed his diet, leaner, feels so good this year. Excited to see what type of a season he can have. 9th play of the drive now on 3rd and a country mile.
Delay of game, offense.
So they accept the penalty, of course, and push the offense backwards a bit.
Still 3rd down.
After the delay, they're backed up even further for 3rd and long. Now it's Hodges. He's going to let this go. Back of the end zone. And unable to connect. Incomplete. Now give them credit. They took their shot, but it's going to bring up 4th down. Myers' kick is good. And the Seahawks grab a 3-0 lead.
Well, in a close game like this, obviously you want the touchdown, but certainly they will take the 3.
And they'll be okay with that, but let's throw a little credit to the defense as well. And I'm just glad this doesn't come down to a debate, right? Which side won, partner? Because the defense, hey, we didn't give up a touchdown. The offense, hey, we put 3 on the board. Either way you look at it, I think both sides gained something out of that drive.
Out comes Christian McCaffrey with the rest of the offense.
A tough challenge here in this one. We'll see if he can duplicate the numbers on your screen that he put up last week, up over 100 and a touchdown.
We were watching tape to prepare for this game. One thing you noted that I totally agree with, great complementary piece in the last game. You know, they're able to throw it pretty well. He ran it exceptionally, and they hope to continue that same formula in this game.
Complimentary with an E, not an I.
That's my English teacher right there.
Well, I think the hope is, you know, with a touch pass like that, maybe you catch the defense off guard, but they were all over that one.
And it is the kind of play that works better against certain defenses, and this clearly was the wrong one to run into. Really nice job getting him down behind the line of scrimmage.
And he'll protect himself at the end here as he winds up getting pretty decent yardage. A nice job of eluding the pressure there, scrambling for 11.
This early in the game, it's all about making steady progress downfield, hoping to lead to early points. And you can do it with your actual play calls, or sometimes something a little more improvised, as we just saw there.
And it looks like we've got a dime set here defensively. 6 DBs in the game. They'll try and pick it up by running the option to the right. That is not going to be any help as they dump him behind the line of scrimmage. That'll back him up 2 yards and also bring up 4th.
Well, so much for that possession.
Yeah, I think he tried to do a little too much there, partner. He tried to keep it himself. Ended up getting buried in the backfield, and that brings up 4th down.
Here's Mitch Wishnowski now on to punt. A 39-yard punt, a return of 5, and it'll be Seahawk football, 1st and 10.
Well, the ball now going back over the Seattle Seahawks offense.
They've got a 3-0 lead and the football as they start 1st and 10. The drive will start with an option going left. Now we're going to get a timeout here as it looks like there's a Seahawk injured on the play.
The medical staff will attend to him, and we will step aside. Second and 8 coming up.
Operating from the gun, Hodges.
This one goes underneath to Walker.
Stops shy of the 45. Showed off a nice little move on the play, though.
3-0 after one on EA Sports. Seahawk football here to start quarter number 2. The Seahawks on third down, just 1 for 3 thus far. They're looking at third and a few inches. And he's got the first down as he's up to the 45-yard line. Only 3 there on the pickup, but that's enough to move the chains. The Seahawks are 1-0 on the year following the win in Week 1, and they were able to take care of business in front of the home crowd last week.
Yeah, it's always nice to get that opener at home, but now things get a little bit tougher. The good thing for them, though, is they take a little extra confidence with them when they head out on the road.
Working with the lead, trying to get to 2-0. Here's 1st and 10. Back to throw. Hodges. He gets this one complete to Bowden. And they went the wrong way there. Losing yardage back at the 43-yard line. That one unable to develop, never got going. A loss of a couple, and it's 2nd down.
Now, I'm not putting him in the Hall of Fame, but if you look at the great linebackers in history, they all have that ability to innately sense where a play is going, sometimes even before the ball snaps, and they're there and end up making the play.
On 2nd down, it's Walker. And the second wave of tacklers is going to get him as they stop him behind the line. Chalk that up as a 4-yard loss, and now it's 3rd down.
The running lanes have definitely not been there for him here in the first half, and I don't think it's all been his fault. His offensive line hasn't given him much space. A loss results there.
So 2 plays with only negative yardage to show, and now it's 3rd and 16. Looking to throw. Hodges leaves it for Penny. They'll get only a yard out of that, and it'll bring up 4th down.
As a defense, you're more balanced when you're in zone coverage because you're able to keep your eyes on the quarterback and see the play develop in front of you. You're able to keep the quick pass in front of them and stop it right at the line of scrimmage.
On 4th down, ready to punt, Michael Dixon. And a fair catch called for and made just outside the 15-yard line. It'll be a 39-yard punt, no return. And the Niners will go on offense, 1st and 10. Week 2 underway around the NFL, and a reminder that later tonight it'll be Chicago and Green Bay in the Packers home opener, the 101st season of that great rivalry. They had the 100th anniversary last year. And then tomorrow night a treat, a Monday night doubleheader, Tennessee and Buffalo, 7:15 Eastern, and then Minnesota and Philly kicking off a little over an hour later. On 2nd and 7, Lance. That's caught by Ayuk on the slant. Lance finding Ayuk there for a Niner first.
This has to go down as one of the simpler routes in the playbook, but oh so effective. Nice completion there. Keeps the sticks moving.
On 1st down, this is McCaffrey. And he fights forward for a modest 2-yard gain, 2nd down. The last run good for 2. Here's 2nd and 8. To throw, it's Lance. And trying to get it to Samuel, but it's intercepted. Picked off by Jamal Adams. And the Seahawks are going to take possession of the football. CD, I know it's just his 2nd year in the league as a quarterback, but that's going to be one when he flips on the tape. He's like, I shouldn't have thrown that ball.
No doubt about it, and his coaching staff will be emphatic about he shouldn't have thrown that ball. But remember, 2nd year, as you noted, on-the-job training, so he's got to take this feedback that he's getting, negative or otherwise, and turn it into positives moving forward.
And they'll come out with a 3 tight end look on the first play of the drive. Straight ahead, Walker knifes his way forward here, but just 3 yards on the play, 2nd down. On 2nd down, here's Hodges. Got a man, and he hits him in stride.
And he'll be taken down here just shy of the 30.
They haven't made much of this great starting field position they had. Here's 3rd and 6.
On 3rd down, here's Walker.
Calling no gain there, and it leads to a 4th down.
He may be a bit undersized compared to the modern-day NFL defensive tackle, but what he lacks in size, he definitely makes up for in his ability to make tackles in the run game as well.
Now here's Jason Myers. He gets set for the Seahawk field goal.
He hit his first. Now this one from 48 yards away. And it is good. Oh, that one looked to be in trouble the whole way, but it does get over the bar.
And they're able to double their lead in this first half. It's 6-0. So they get the turnover in plus territory. The drive stalls out, but still able to get 3 out of that.
Yeah, we were able to see an offense and a defense kind of mix and match with each other, didn't we? Both of them trying to make sure that they have the upper hand and the advantage. Offense trying to get to the end zone. Defense, of course, trying to hold them to a field goal attempt. And it wasn't a guaranteed lock 3 from where they started. So, you know, the offense has to be happy to come away with those 3 points.
Lance and the 49ers now. 1st and 10.
Right at the 30.
He'll start by handing this off to McCaffrey.
Found a little room there as he's up to about the 37. The last run got 6. Now 2nd and 4. Again, they run. Again, it's McCaffrey. And he still has yet to get on track in this first half as they're going to stop him behind the line.
From the gun on 3rd down, Lance. Man open, that's Deebo Samuel.
And he gets this to the other side of midfield across the 45 before going out. Great way to convert on 3rd down there. 21 yards the play.
That's a nice catch there. Remember, he had the fumble earlier. No way he was giving up the ball in that situation. Secured it tight to his body and picks up the 1st down.
This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10.
Lance going to hold on to it.
And he's going to get a solid gain of 9 before being brought down. 2nd and right at a yard.
Lance with a tap forward on the jet sweep.
And that play went nowhere. Losing yardage. It'll be back at the 36.
Lance to throw on 3rd and 1. And he'll be taken down here just shy of the 30.
For many people, that's not your standard play call in that 3rd down situation. But for so many offenses, they just want the ball in the hands of their playmakers in open space. And after he caught it, he did a nice job picking up the 1st down.
Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10. Back to the ground attack here. It's McCaffrey.
And he's got it down to the 28. Well, sometimes it's hard to take your eyes off this guy at the linebacker position. He can really cover some ground, and he did there to make that play.
And sometimes all of your best laid plans of play design, your X's and O's, they can't always account for individual effort defensively. And this was one of those times. Just a terrific play to hustle over there and get the running back to the ground.
Second down and right back to McCaffrey.
And he's going to get this pretty close to a 1st down as the tackle is made at the Seahawks 22.
He was taken down at the 22-yard line.
Lance going to try and throw on 3rd down here.
Over the middle, complete. It's Jennings.
And he's going to be marked down just outside the 10.
Got to say, I was a little surprised to see Jones get off the shotgun for the rest of the year.
Yeah, but the way the NFL is nowadays, we hardly ever see anyone really run for it on short yardage. So they're going to throw the football more times than not. That was a nice, easy rhythm throw right there, and they pick up the 1st down.
And we've hit the 2-minute mark in this first half of action.
Now a 1st and 10 at the 11. And Lance going to throw.
Nowhere to go here. He lost the football. But an alert 49er able to gain possession, so they will indeed hold on to the pigskin.
We hear them discuss red zone efficiency a lot, CD, and they almost gave that one up in the red zone. Luckily, they'll have another shot.
And you and I both know that every offensive coordinator, play caller in the league, they take particular delight in their red zone calls because those are the payoff ones. But you can't call a play if your team doesn't have the ball. Got to secure it.
Now on 2nd and 16. Lance. Over the middle, complete to Samuel.
And he's going to be brought down just shy of the 5 at the 6.
Again, it's Lance.
Touchdown 49ers. George Kittle, his first touchdown here of the new campaign.
And the 49ers are an extra point away from moving out in front in the final minute of the half. Well, there you go, Charles, his first touchdown pass of the new season.
Well, let's just go back to his rookie year because he's able to get his feet wet, right? Get a little bit of experience. Now I think here in year 2, the game will slow down for him, and we'll see his true talents come out.
Gold able to tack on the extra point, and they take the lead here at 7-6. After the touchdown, it's Robbie Gould now to kick it away.
And this will not be returned. It'll come out to the 25. The Seahawks going to take over now late in this first half as they take over with exactly 1 minute to go. Looking to throw on first down with Hodges. Throw right side, taken in by Eskridge.
Now the Seahawks going to use the first of their timeouts as they get the stoppage with a little over 50 seconds to go in the first half.
Now Hodges on first down.
Nowhere to go here. He lost the football. So they've got the football, and they'll start right on the edge of the red zone at the 20-yard line.
The defense, they were swarming that time and ultimately got to him before he could get rid of the football and knocked it free.
And don't you feel just a little bit of sympathy for him back there, though? So much going on, so much swirling around. He's trying to find someone downfield. He's trying to move around to find an open target. Sometimes you forget the number one thing, take care of the football.
That's complete out left to Ayuk. And he's going to be taken down. Plus, there's a penalty flag in the backfield. They may get 15 more on top of this.
So a critical mistake, roughing the passer. Now it's 1st and goal.
Now Lance.
Dancing to his left. And he's going to take it in. Touchdown, San Francisco.
Trey Lance
with 2 touchdowns on the season, both in this game.
And the Niners will extend their lead in the final minute of the half. CD for them, this has just been an offensive explosion here in the second quarter.
Yeah, held scoreless in the first quarter. Now they find the end zone again here in the second. Sometimes you just have to have some patience. A lot of people think it's always an adjustment. You have to change what you're doing. Sometimes you just have to do your game plan just a little bit better. And I think that's part of what we're seeing here.
After the touchdown, it's Robbie Gould now to kick it away.
And this will not be returned. It's a touchback, and they'll begin at the 25. The Seahawks going to take over now late in this first half. And with him trailing, there is still enough time to try to string a few plays together, maybe get into field goal range.
And the Niners get there and bring him down. Samson Abuka. That is now 2 sacks for him here in this first half.
So that now 4 first-half sacks. This pass rush has been unrelenting.
And, partner, you hear that sound of paper being ripped to shreds? That's the game plan that they've had so far because they've got to say to themselves right now, we have to do something differently.
Hodges throw into the hands of Lockett.
And he stopped right at the 25 after a gain of 5. So we've hit halftime here in Santa Clara with the 49ers.
Well, everyone's eager to resume play here in this Week 2 contest, so we push right through halftime and back at it for the start of quarter 3.
And we welcome you back now. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gunn, getting set for quarter number 3 here.
And in hindsight, probably should have taken a knee as he only gets this out to the 16-yard line. The Seahawks offense set to go to begin this third quarter. But, Charles, we saw a pretty entertaining first half, close ball game. Remember there toward the end of the second quarter, the opposition scored to take the lead. Now we'll see if these guys can get a score of their own to regain that lead.
Yeah, they want to have that type of a response, don't they? Because they want to find a way to take control of this ball game one more time. Gauntlet's been thrown down. They want to see if they're ready to answer it.
And he's swallowed up right near the line of scrimmage.
From the gun on third down, Hodges.
He lets it fly for Lockett. And a penalty flag comes in as that one winds up incomplete. But the contact is going to move the ball well downfield. Some boos coming down right now from this home crowd after that call.
Yeah, and that was because of the pass interference call. But for a second there, I thought maybe they'd gotten a look at my appearance as Othello in the high school play.
You were Othello?
Not a good one, let me tell you.
Hodges now.
Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete. Now they face a 3rd and 10 after back-to-back incompletions.
Out of the gun, it's Hodges. Open man is Metcalf. He's got it. And he is going to have a Seahawks first down as they're able to get the third down conversion.
Has a pretty good throw on the curl route there. 3rd down, and they pick up a first.
Defense should be aware for that, right?
They should be aware, but it was so hard sometimes.
Yeah, it's not easy.
Because when they sell that route really well, you think they're going upfield, then they curl back, show their numbers to the quarterback, and complete the play.
Work to do here to avoid falling to 1-1, but this is 1st and 10 right now.
They'll lock it with a grab over the middle.
And they'll work this down inside the 30. And now following the completion, we're going to get a stoppage here for an injury. And they'll work from the 29 on 2nd and 6. Up the middle, here's Walker.
And he'll be brought down at about the 25 after a pickup of 4. The 8th play of the drive coming up. It's 3rd and 3.
Option play, and they'll give to Walker. And a strong run there as he'll maneuver his way down inside the 15. 11 yards there and a first down for Seattle.
From the red zone now, they'll look to throw. And he's wrapped up, taken down, back at the 25.
Drake Jackson brings him down, and that's a play he's going to remember. The first sack of his NFL career.
One thing that I liked about this guy during the draft process was his motor. Of course, I loved his skills, but he plays hard on every down.
And that motor on full display there as he gets his first NFL sack.
Well, they're in some hot water now. After that sack, it's 2nd and 21.
Now a shotgun snap as they'll look to throw.
And that is going to be incomplete as he let him a bit too much.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down.
Throw out wide to Walker.
And he'll go out of bounds inside the 15-yard line. They'll get 11, but it'll still lead to a 4th down.
Brandon, it certainly looked like they had that play defended well, but it still almost worked. Got it to the running back. He wound up getting really good yardage out of it, but it was 3rd and long, and they were able to rally and stop it before he could get to the marker.
So on 4th down, here's Jason Myers for the Seahawk field goal. From the left hash, a 31-yard attempt.
Myers' kick is good, and that'll get the lead down to 5. So they were facing the deficit coming out of the locker room at intermission, and at least they're able to get the field goal to cut into that deficit.
Yeah, now your offense feels pretty good about itself, right? A little bit more up to speed coming out of the break. You turn to your defense now and say, hey, we got 3 there. We're chipping into the lead. Can you help us out? Hold them. Let's get the ball back for us.
So here are the Niners to take over on offense. They were winners a week ago over the Bears, and they lead things here as well as they start this drive with a 1st and 10. That's to the right side, complete to Kittle. And not much happening there. He's taken down, but a late penalty flag in the backfield. And this looks like a roughing call. So now a fresh set of downs, 1st and 10 after roughing the passer. McCaffrey running up the middle. And he maneuvers up the middle for 3, and it's 2nd down. The last run got 3. Now here's 2nd and 7. They stay on the ground. McCaffrey again. And they're well past midfield, just a yard or 2 shy of the 40. A gain of 10 and a 49er first down. They'll try and run right on the option. And they went the wrong way there. Losing yardage back at the 43-yard line. Boye Mafe got through the line like a knife through butter. He buries him for a loss. Well, he's had success running the football in this one. Yeah, that's undeniable. But that time, the defense was on to it.
And, partner, I think the more you see a play like this, the more they're able to diagnose it quicker and easier for them to defend it. I think you have to dress it up a little bit and show maybe some different formations and looks.
And Lance again going to keep it. Past the 20. And all the way inside the 15 before they drop it. A big-time gain there on the keeper, using his legs to hurt him. First down.
Well, you certainly have to give a little credit here because they're playing this game now at their pace. This is ball control football, sustained runs, taking their time, and making it work.
From the 13 now, they work on 1st and 10. They run with McCaffrey off the option. And he'll be taken down here at about the 11. Another run with McCaffrey on 2nd down. And a pickup of about 4 down inside the 10 to the 8-yard line. Throwing now is Lance. Eluding the pressure right. And across the chalk into the end zone. It's a 49er touchdown. Trey Lance with his 2nd touchdown of the afternoon. And they are able to add on to their advantage. Gold with the extra point, and it gives his guys a 12-point advantage. So that drives 7 plays in length. And it was Trey Lance taking it in himself to cap the drive with a touchdown run. And he won't return this one. He'll go down to a knee, and they'll start at the 25. The Seattle now ready to march onto the field. Their drive last time, it stalled out. They were forced to take the short field goal.
And the key phrase, you nailed it. Forced to, because you know coaches look at these short field goals as a last resort, right? To them, that's not how drives are supposed to end. You're supposed to put 6 on the board. That's a consolation prize. Like going to the county fair, you don't get the big stuffed animal on that one, do you?
No, you don't go top shelf. That's bottom shelf material. And he'll be brought down right around the 37. 4 yards to pick up, 1st down.
Well, that was a unit that understood exactly where the 1st down marker was, handed it to their guy who could run it, created some space, and he got there.
Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. They'll go option to the short side. And he's dropped right at the 40. Gain of 3. Steps away. All that gets him is just a yard, and now it's 3rd down. Here's Hodges looking to throw. Setting up the screen here. This is Walker. And the play goes nowhere. Losing yardage back near the 40 at the 39. They'll wind up losing a yard on the play. And that's going to make it 4th down.
But we know the guys up front have to protect when it's a pass play. but it's really out wide. Sometimes you're going to swing a tight end or maybe even offensive tackle to get out there, but most of the time it's fellow wide receivers, and they really weren't up to the task there, were they?
Do you like that call on your own side of the field?
I don't mind that call at all, just about anywhere, but the key is you have to have the confidence, and then they have to execute their blocking assignments. Otherwise, you get the end result we just saw there.
Now this offense back out and set to go for their next drive.
And it's a unit last drive that did it all on the ground, Charles.
And they controlled it from the interior. Big on big, right? Offensive lineman versus defensive lineman. But you know, in order to keep the football moving downfield, other people have to get involved as well. Your wide receivers, your tight ends, lead runners, anything that you have possible to get in front and keep the ball moving.
And now the defense may be looking out for a pass coming up. Now whistles here, and I think one of the big boys for the 49ers might have jumped.
False start, offense.
So the false start certainly doesn't help matters as they'll try again now, 3rd and long. Here's Lance. And they're going to get this beyond the 40 before he's taken down. Big yardage there on the scramble. It gets him a first down.
This is a rarity in the NFL, a 100-yard game on the ground for a quarterback. Even as those passers get more athletic and mobile, we only see about 5 of these a season. It takes a special set of circumstances for it to happen, and of course, a special player.
Now this offense really looking polished these first couple of weeks. Here's 1st and 10. Up the gut, McCaffrey. And a nice job to break free of one tackle, but it slowed his momentum somewhat, and he's taken down right after. And they run the option on 2nd down. And he'll be brought down on what's going to turn out to be the final play of this 3rd quarter. 3 quarters in the books. We'll return with more after this. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. Back now here in Santa Clara. So from Seahawk territory now, it's 1st and 10 at the 38. Meanwhile, Lance's throw taken in by Samuel. And he'll be marked down at about the 26-yard line.
Partner, I like that they're staying aggressive on offense because to me, this drive is what is known as a put-away drive. You score here, that might put this one to bed. I like the fact that they're playing with confidence and not playing with fear.
A give running left, it's McCaffrey. And he'll be tackled at the 23 after a gain of 3. 3 yards on that last carry. Here's 2nd and 7. Now Lance on the option right. Gets around him, and they work this near the 5. He'll be stopped at the 6. Now they'll have it 1st and goal following that gain of 17. Well, I tell you, there is no antidote for speed, even at the quarterback position, as he keeps it himself and turns it into good yardage.
And it still takes time for a defender to react. Even as quarterbacks carry the ball more and more in today's NFL, they're still a little bit in disbelief and realize, oh my goodness, he's running with the ball. He may be 8, 10, 12 yards downfield at that point.
That's caught by Deebo Samuel. Touchdown, San Francisco. It's a 6-yard touchdown pass, and the Niners are on their way to a 2-0 start. Gold able to tack on the extra point, and that will make this a 19-point game. A good drive that time as they go 9 plays in all. And it's Deebo Samuel who caps things with a touchdown reception. After the touchdown, it's Robbie Gould now to kick it away. Takes it at the 7. The Seattle now ready to march out of the field. Well, it's been a struggle so far for this offense, Charles. It's not only that they haven't been able to put the points up, but really stringing yards together has been a real issue for them in this one.
I'm so glad you brought up the yardage because I was thinking to myself, we've seen a lot of NFL games and we've seen our share of lopsided contests, but in almost all of them, both offenses have put up at least 200 yards in a game, but not in this one. This has been a display of offense that, frankly, I think the two of us have watched from behind our hands, trying to spread our fingers wide enough to actually see the result.
The offense on third down, they're right at about the league average, 40%, 4 for 10. They're up against a 3rd-and-1 situation.
He gets this one complete to Bowden. And he is going to have a Seahawks first down as they're able to convert by plenty there on 3rd and 1.
I think that's a big pickup for a first down because when you run a drag route against zone, you're sometimes asking for trouble because you might run into a defender.
Yeah, well, there they ran into a first down, executed it to perfection.
Hodges will throw again. Over the middle, that's caught by Metcalf. And they're able to work this across midfield to the 48. On 1st and 10, it's Hodges. And that'll be off the mark, too far out in front, and it's incomplete.
So after the incompletion on 1st, now 2nd and 10.
Now it's Hodges. He completes this to Walker.
And he's out of bounds as he gets this down to the 45.
From the gun, it's Hodges.
And that is incomplete.
At this point in the game, they've got to continue to try anything they can. They're still working at it, even though this one feels like a lost cause.
Here we go. It's Hodges on 4th down. He lets it fly for Lockett.
That's going to be knocked away and incomplete. The Seahawks go for it but can't convert. And the 49ers are going to get the football back.
Now that's just simply good coaching and excellent technique on that play. You know why? Because everyone wants to rush the passer when they want to throw the football, but you're not always going to get there. So what are you taught to do? When the ball's finally thrown, get your hands up in the passing lanes, and they batted that one away.
No, 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 no.
The ball's out. McCaffrey lost it. And they take over. They'll set up shop at the 46-yard line. He has been a workhorse for them in this game, and ball security hasn't been an issue until that point.
Yeah, and let's face it, when he's going to carry the ball that many times, he becomes more and more of a target for the defense, knowing that he's going to be the primary guy. They'll just send more and more players towards him, trying to make sure they knock the ball free.
And now before the ball changes hands, they're going to take a look at this just to make sure that they have it right. Now the question, was the knee in fact down before this ball comes loose? And is the video convincing enough to overturn it?
A lot of factors here. Remember, you also need clear possession of the football afterwards. This is a tough one to overturn.
So that one overturned. They say the knee was down, and that will not be ruled a fumble. On 2nd down, McCaffrey. And a good push there defensively as they stop him at the 48. Gain of just 1. Throwing his Lance on 3rd down. And he's going to be taken down right at the 40-yard line.
These are running back numbers that he's accumulating right now. Received double-digit carries and has rewarded them by breaking the century mark in rushing, in addition to what he's done through the air. Definitely MVP caliber football we're witnessing.
This is McCaffrey on the give. And he can only manage to get a couple. 2nd and 8 coming up. And the play goes nowhere. Losing yardage back near the 40 at the 39. A yard in the wrong direction makes 3rd down tougher. 3rd down and 9. They'll come to the line here needing 9 yards to pick up the first. On play action, Lance. Blitz coming, and down he goes.
Kobe Bryant.
In there to drop him, and that will go in the books as the first sack of his young NFL career. Congratulations, young man. Here comes the 49ers punter now, as he'll come on to kick this one away. And they won't risk defending a return here. That one's out of bounds, and it'll be spotted at the 14-yard line. On first down, here's Hodges. That one complete downfield to Eskridge. And he goes out of bounds just shy of the 45. Looking to throw on first down with Hodges. This one into the hands of Metcalf. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work this to the 45. Now Hodges on first down. That's going to be complete on the sideline, but, you know, that throw left him no room to run, and the good footwork nearly all for naught. Hodges here on second down. Steps away to his left. And he's just going to get rid of this thing. To no one here. He throws it away, and now it's third. Throwing yet again. Here's Hodges. And he can't find a receiver, and he's brought down. Nick Bosa picks up his second sack of the afternoon.
But collectively as a defense, Charles, I think if you get 4 sacks a game, you're feeling really good. Now they have 6 as a unit.
And that type of a number is just staggering because there's so many ways to try and counteract it. But in this case, they've got no answers for this unrelenting pressure coming at their quarterback.
And that is incomplete, but a penalty flag coming in. This could be a first down.
So a costly penalty yardage-wise as that'll move the football down to the spot of the foul.
And what the officials are looking for in these situations, whether you're playing the man or the ball. And if you're playing the man, you get a lot less leeway in terms of what's going to happen at the end of the play. But if you're looking for the football, it's less likely to draw the flag.
So it's Seahawk football as we march toward a conclusion. They're looking at second down now as they search for a consolation score. Completes it to Fant on the right side. And the Seahawks are going to be set up with a first and goal here as the tackle made at the 9. To the end zone, but it's incomplete. Another shot from the 9 on second and goal. Hodges. And he's got his man in stride, complete.
This likely a must-have, third and goal.
Once more, Hodges sets to throw it. And it'll be intercepted.
Picked off by Fred Warner. And the 49ers are going to take over at their own 11-yard line.
They'll try and burn some clock now with McCaffrey. And he'll get this to the 22. So they began the play at the 11, and it's a gain of 11. First down. Back to the ground on first. It's McCaffrey. And he's going to take this ahead for right around 3 yards, but no more than that. Second down. Second down, here's an option right.
And he's going to have a Niners first down as he's got this past the 35 to about the 37.
So the victory here for San Francisco, and it was their defense that led the way, allowing just 3 points. That lone